she had just mown a path because she knew I was coming. And she said, "Come on, Dorothy, let's walk down in the meadow." And it was just the most amazing feeling. I felt like heaven had come down around me. And when I came home, I went right for my pastels and the turquoise pastel and the earthy paper. And that was the beginning of this series. The next thing I knew, I wanted to plant a meadow, and I went for help in designing a meadow, and the young landscaping designers that I hired enlightened me to Piet Oudolf's work. And I became a super fan of Piet Oudolf's meadow work. Well, most of Piet Oudolf's work is in Europe, and I found one in New York and one in Chicago and one in Delaware, which I could actually drive to. And so that became the cornerstone for this piece, which I think has two names. It's sometimes I call it Sky-Meadow and sometimes I call it Heartland, and it's both. And it captures that, or I guess maybe I was lucky enough to capture that feeling of the turquoise sky slicing down in the meadow and embodying the earth. So as I paint, my process is I guess I want to say weaving. The first layer of this went on. You can see some of the striations still in it. So horizontal bands, and then the second layer went on in vertical bands of impasto paint. So I'm using a T-Rex size palette knife. A canvas this size gives me the sensation of embodying the color, embodying the earth as I paint. And for me, this is important because this is where I'm feeling the color. I've always said I could taste it, and the more I work with it, the more I realize that I'm sensing it not only in the sensory that we have in the head, but also the sensory that we have in our bodies. And as I'm painting, allow my spirit to become the earth.